This is Joy Roland, and you are listening to the It's Possible podcast. This is episode number 33, Sleep Your Way to Wealth. Welcome to the It's Possible podcast. This is the podcast that sparks the transformation of your money mindset, empowering you to pave the way for financial success and wealth creation. This is where we study what the wealthiest and most successful people do. Not only do we study these successful people, we implement what we learn so that we create the life we want and deserve. Hi there, my name is Joy Roland, your host. I created wealth from changing my money mindset. Yes, it's possible for you too. So pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea. This is going to be fun. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 33 of the It's Possible podcast. I am so excited you're here. If this is your first time, welcome. Welcome. I'm so thrilled you're here. And if you are a regular listener, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited you're here too. So, this is the aspect of my job I absolutely love recording this podcast. There are some other ones I am not 100% thrilled about, especially the admin work. Um, yeah, so I manage everything. I do the podcast, I do social media, I do the marketing, I do the sales, I do operations, I do customer service, every single thing I do. I don't very much enjoy the admin part. So my plan is to hire a VA very soon, a personal assistant to help me do all of the admin stuff so I can focus on putting out content and coaching, which is my joy. Something I look forward to doing. It helps me feel excited in the morning to get out of bed. This is my life purpose and my life's work, and I absolutely love it. So it fills my heart with a lot of joy to know that people listen. Yeah. So I'm so excited to have you here. Couple of things. First of all, how is your year going so far? So today is the last day of January, but this podcast will air tomorrow, which will be the 1st of February. So January is over. So, my friends, I want you to reevaluate your goals and look at what you've done for the month of January. If you're not seeing results, this is a great time to go back and re strategize. I don't want you to get to the end of the year 2024 and have regrets, right? I want you to decide and then take action because action is the only way you get results. So I am absolutely buzzing today. I'm buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. Why? Because I got to talk to and meet my icon, my idol, for the very first time today on a Zoom call. I was part of a focus group and I got to meet her for the first time. So she's transformed my life. I went through the life coach school. I got taught by her and other coaches, but I've never actually spoken to her directly. And this is something that makes me happy because I get to do work and impact people's lives that I may never even meet. So I had huge transformation just from listening to her podcast. Her name is Brooke Castillo. I've talked about her so many times on this podcast. And she is the reason I give my brain as evidence of what's possible. So I'm a life coach. Brooke Castillo, earned over $75 million last year working as a life coach. I'm going to say that again, $75 million. So when my brain tries to argue with my dreams and my goals, I tell my brain, well, look at Brooke Castillo. So when I got the opportunity to speak with her on the call, I was so excited. So I digress. I'm absolutely buzzing. Okay. Today, I want to talk to you about sleep, how you can sleep your way to wealth. Now, this topic is so close to my heart, and I want you to understand why I've chosen to talk about this topic today. We all know that sleep is absolutely critical, but did you know you could sleep your way to success? Now, someone actually asked me on social media and said, how do I do all of the things I do if I'm just the one person working on my business? Because of all the content I put out, because of everything I do, my podcast, my post, everything. So she was asking, how do I get to do all of these things? And then it got me thinking, I, did you know I have to sleep at least an hour every single day during the day? So from 12 to 1, I go to my bed and I lie down and sleep. So I work from home, I have my office at home, but 12 o'clock, I go lie down and sleep. Now, the one thing I do not compromise on is my sleep and rest because I know the importance of sleep. So when I sleep, I get to be even become more productive for the hours of the day where I get to work. So many women burn themselves out and then they want to keep working on their business, they want to keep trying to make money and doing all of the things. But when they are working from the place of stress, then your results are not the results you're looking for. Okay. So I have experienced a number of things in my life, like many of you have. Um, I had to go through three terrible miscarriages. Um, the first one I didn't even know I was pregnant. The second one was in my at work in the office. Like it happened in the office, and they had to take me via emergency room to the emergency. So that experience was horrible. And then the third one was even worse, right? Being through three miscarriages, and then when I had my daughter, she was always very sick. She was always very sick, and it was like I was helpless. All of that somehow led to postpartum depression. I've talked about that in previous episodes. I was hugely depressed, like clinically depressed. I was prescribed antidepressants. Nothing worked. So the doctor said I had drug resistant depression. Now, I say all of this because when I look back, my struggle began when I was not having enough sleep, right? So I have realized that sleep is absolutely critical for creating success. If you do not want to be burnt out as a woman trying to make money and doing all of the things, you have to prioritize your sleep. You have to be hugely selfish with your sleep. Now, I've been very blessed. All of those struggles I went through is now in the past. I am completely healthy now. I'm fine. And I live such a joyful and exciting life. But I wanted to share this with you so that you can begin to prioritize sleep. Quality sleep, restful sleep that when you wake up, you feel so refreshed and you are raring to go. Okay? So, sleep is 100% absolutely critical. We live in a world where the world glorifies hustle culture. They like to celebrate when you are grinding and you're suffering and doing hard work. And the idea of sleeping your way to wealth might sound counterintuitive. But contrary to popular belief, adequate sleep is not only crucial for your mental and physical well being, but it plays a hugely significant role in achieving financial success. So, what's the sleep productivity connection? Well, research consistently demonstrates the link between sleep and productivity. When we sleep, our bodies undergo crucial processes that rejuvenate our cognitive functions. It consolidates our memories and repair our tissues. Like, I know this is so true because when I was in high school, I remember very clearly because usually I would read through the night and study through the night, and then when it's time for the test, I would struggle. And so I decided to always have a nap just before a test. And that was hugely beneficial. Like, the difference was night and day. When I would just wake up and then go into the examination room, it was as if I had had a brain transplant. Like, my cognitive function was always so sharp and to the point, and I would score A on test. So I know that sleep is absolutely critical. So even now for my daughter, I make her sleep. Even because she's 4, she'll be 5 very soon in a couple of months. But she's at the age where she doesn't want to sleep. She doesn't want to have a nap. She doesn't want to sleep as much. But I know the value of sleep, and I just take her to the room. I have set up my bedroom in such a way that it's so cozy, so nice. I have double blackout curtains. So even in the daytime, when you go into my room and I close all of the curtains, like it's as pitch dark as the middle of the night. I do that intentionally because I wanted to create a peaceful environment for myself. So when she doesn't want to sleep, I just take her to the bedroom, close the blinds, put the double blackout curtains, and I make her sleep. And then when she wakes up, she's so happy and excited. And then I tell her, well, you were kicking against going to sleep, but look at how you feel now that you're awake. So I want you to decide today to prioritize your sleep. Yes, prioritize your sleep. Be selfish. Be very, very selfish with your sleep. Um, and another strategy you could use is to establish a consistent sleep schedule. So if you can have a specific time of the night where you just retire to bed and just wind down so that your body knows when that time comes, it's time for me to sleep. Another one is to borrow what I've done. So redesign your bedroom, make it more relaxing, like minimize sleep. Like when I go to my bedroom, I don't even go with my mobile phone. I leave my mobile phone in my office because I don't want to be distracted to go on social media. Like, you know, we are so attached to our phones these days that it is so helpful to have that downtime. Trust me. I know you want to do all the things. I know you want to hustle. I know you want to make money. But trust me on this. When you prioritize your sleep, you are going to be a lot more efficient. You are going to be a lot more productive. So I hope you are encouraged. I hope you've learned something new. Just borrow from my experience. I'd love to know your thoughts. If you want, you can drop me a message on either Instagram or Facebook. I'm highly accessible. I'd love to know your thoughts. Are you having good sleep? Are you struggling to sleep? Is this something you want to prioritize? Why do you want to prioritize it? I'd love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. If this episode encouraged, inspired, or taught you something new, please do me a huge favor by leaving me a review. Just head on over to Apple Podcast, find the show, go to the main page of the show, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a section where you can write me a review. And lastly, come on over to my Facebook group where you get support as you build wealth. This is an exclusive group of high achieving and ambitious women actively working on getting rich. Find the link to the group in the show notes. I hope to see you back here soon. God bless you.